I think that like
future's in your hand, you know, like.
every industry I think has that, and it's just like I don't know how to get around it. I don't understand it. Like, but pretty much every industry does. I mean, health and fitness is fucking notorious for it.
Mm.
The amount of people that just prescribe shit without even knowing, and it's just like, at a certain point, you're just like, I got to put it back on the customer, the client, the consumer to be able to do their due diligence. But yeah, especially like psych, like fuck, someone's coming to you with mental health problems. If you're projecting your own fucking mental health problems onto them, they're like,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a good client. Fucking
Yeah, well, like, oh, fuck, man, you see just so many awful videos of just people just spelling out some garbage, like, I don't even know how, like, some of these examples are so wild that, like, how do you even come up with, like, "Oh, yeah, if you eat this at a particular time, like, you're guaranteed to lose weight," and I'm like, "What?"
well, and the
Like,
flip
if
flop that normally goes on, I'm like, but don't you see the amount of times that they just jump between different points? Like,
yeah,
1 minute they're a vegan, the next minute they're a carnivore, the next minute they're fasting for 7 days in a row. Like,
yeah. Yeah, that South
oh, but I'm
what's his name? Sal.
Saladino.
Yeah. He's probably he's one of the worst, so.
And you look at it and you're just like, you're just a bit dumb, mate. Like, and it's hidden, it's masked by like
People that fall for shit are just a bit dumb, or.
him himself. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at what he's talking about, you're like, it sounds smart, but then when you break it down, it's just like, just stupid. Like, you gotta be like self-grandizing or something. Like, there's something going on in there where it's just like
Yeah.
you're sounding smart and you have a PhD or an MD, I think in his case.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just not clicking. Like,
Yeah.
life just isn't really.
No, well, like, I think he's a trained con artist.
Yeah, fucking it.
Like,
Needs a little bit.
yeah, he is. So I think even Joe Rogan said it, particularly about.
Didn't Joe Rogan just interview?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think that, Patrick David, like, I think he was on. I don't. He might have. I don't know.
I think it was because he was doing the rounds of
Yeah,
those podcasts.
so yeah, but I think Joe Rogan talked about it. So he was already having the health issues after he's um finished writing the book and it was getting ready to be published. The Carnival,
Yep.
the one that became bestseller or whatever.
Yeah.
And he knew that it was fucking flawed, and he knew he was gonna have to change his diet to in front of the public eye, you know, because of all of the media that he does.
Yep.
He's still let it go out.
Yeah.
And,
Well, his
and
whole
yeah,
marketing even now is, I think it was like animal-based
yeah,
grocery haul or something like that, and it was like picking up pineapple, coconut, and fucking
raw sugar.
yeah, honey. I'm like, bro, like,
You were just fucking, yeah,
1, yeah, he's still trying to sell a book,
yeah,
100%, but
yeah, because that's his next book,
because
you know. But like, that's what I don't like is like I think even Joe was like, oh, but so he knew he already had these issues because then I think they looked up the release date of his book, and I was like, so it wasn't even out when he was getting these issues with that he was getting through Carnival, and that's why I think I asked you the questions about it, you know, like because that was fucking wild. My feed was just like, and they knew I bought a beast too. So let's do, yeah, it's probably fucking weird.
yeah,
So we are. But like it's annoying that like, there's these people out there, but they just don't get punished or anything like that.
yeah,
And for them, it's like I've told you about the pharmaceutical world. It's a part of the budget. I was like, all right, sweet, we're gonna have a bit of a fine, and we're gonna get a bit of slap on the wrist.
compared to fucking getting the profit that we're making.
Yeah, there's profit.
Still
It's just nothing.
penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they put it in the numbers. They go, oh, we're probably gonna get a bit of fucking pushback like on the Pfizer fucking. We're gonna get maybe like 1 billion's worth of fines and court cases of people coming and suing us for the blood clots and all of that shit. There you go. But we made we made 150 billion on it. It's 1 billion, so it's all good.
Exactly.
So they got the whole world on it. Like that became major spot. Like
I see, and I think like
yeah,
in there, it's hard not to see corruption. But then in a lot of the health influencer space anyway, a lot of it just ends up being like, okay, I think they genuinely believe the bullshit that they tell. Like, they're just so caught up in their own shit that it's just like rabbit hole confirmation bias.
Yeah.
You're just seeing the stuff you want to see, and it's just like, just it's like stupidity.
I can subscribe to that because like with the rabbit hole, like, or confirmation bias for me, like because I'm trying to make more videos now, and it's hard because I want to say what I think's worked for me, but there's still no, like, I can't point to the exact factors. Mine was a whole bunch of combination of things coming together, and I can't be like, because that's the shit that sells, or that's the shit that gets the users. Like, this thing was what fucking got me get apps. And
the funny thing is, if you look at like some of probably the best scientists in their own individual fields, all of them will say that same thing. They'll be like, I don't really know. And like, it's a bit of this and it's a bit of that.
Yeah.
It's nuanced, it's contextual, it's, this has this part and then this also has this part. And it sounds like when you listen to it, if you're not listening to it from an easy kind of one lift, I could listen to that and I get it because I kind of understand the health information. So I can understand the nuance that they're trying to lay down, and I can understand the difference there. But let's say I was like looking at philosophy or religion or something where I don't have a background in and I don't understand a lot of that. Hearing that back and forth, I'm like, I'm no better off. So as a listener, I'm now no better off because I don't have the prerequisite knowledge to be able to come up with an informed decision based on that. I don't know how you got there to your ambiguity, and I'm looking for security and definitions. And so it's like, it can be hard, especially when they're now just in the lay public. And it's just like, yeah, this information said this, but then it also said this, and they're okay with that. But then other people see them and be like, oh, that's, I don't know, government bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's kind of the scientific process. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't know something, we found something, and we later saw that actually it wasn't that something, we found something else. That whole process is the scientific process. It's like, we're looking and we're seeing, and we're always going to be limited by the tools at which we have to view things. And it's just a continuous story that doesn't have its chapter close. It was like, that was the introduction. We're now in section 3, chapter 4. And it's just like, it looks different to the introduction. But if you're not sure of the information, that's hard to be a part of because you don't have that prior to be able to be like, yeah, that makes sense. It just, it sounds like the person doesn't actually know what they're talking about. And then you've got the influencer who comes in and is like, I'm fucking sure that it was carnivore. It's definitely this, and here's all of the research which backs up my claim. I've done it on myself, and here's the research which backs up why it worked on me. And I might have helped 10 people. 5 people, 100 people, 1 million. And it's like, oh, fuck that, 100. That's the answer.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's not.
Yeah. Well, like, what's that guy, the evidence-based training guy? Spank. Yeah, like, it's true. Like, it's just fucking calories in versus calories out. Like, see, laws of thermodynamics.
Yeah.
Like,
And at least that dude is like, he kind of makes a joke about it too.
Yeah.
Like, he's got his lane. It's very James Smith.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but he makes it like funny.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going there to learn fucking the intricacies of metabolism. Like, you can't take that serious.
Yeah.
But it's fucking good because it's at least like, it's simple and it circles back to the thing that actually matters.
Yeah. Because that's what it's hard. Like, well, I wouldn't say hard. It's not hard for us because we've been around it for a long time. But you do feel sorry for the people that like, and they're like, they parrot it as well. They just parrot it back to you. They don't actually have an original thought of their own. They kind of just sort of, I've seen that. And I do try to think more in depth because I see stuff that I go, okay, does that make sense? Like, what about it making sense coming from the other side? That's where I think I try to eliminate it, my opinions, until I at least do that sort of research just to make sure that I'm backing what I believe. Yeah. And also then I believe it, and that's something I believe. I could be fucking wrong. I don't. And I think that's the thing that will be the only thing that I'll give that cell count is we all can be wrong.
Yeah.
And I think he has sort of his backpedal quite a bit, but the thing for me with him was I was like, I can't even give this guy views or anything like that. I don't want to even entertain him, was the knowing the issues that he was about to release and then it becoming I guess a fad or even just a trend that was going around. I mean, it was in business with Liver King. Yeah. Like, and then he came out, I was like, I had no idea. I was like, fuck, I had it. I don't even know them, bro. And I know that there was juice and
Fucking exactly.
you can't always, and plus, like, it'll be like me and you getting into business. I'll be like, all right, bro, like, I reckon there's no way that they didn't have a conversation about, bro, you look pretty fucking jacked, eh? Like,
Right.
just tell me, is there going to be any...
Yeah. Are we gonna get fucking backlash because of this shit? Yeah, like,
is it just liver?
Yeah. But hey, if you boil down the message, and of both of those cups, right? Like, if you boil down Saladino's, like, especially now, clean whole food. Like, he spins some fucking yarns.
Yeah.
But it's mostly clean whole food. Like, it's good shit. Like, yeah, he's got a pretty good message at its core.
As a whole. Yeah.
And apart from the gear abuse, same as Liver King, really.
Yeah.
Like, he's at least exposed the potential, like the opportunity to get a very dense nutrient source from other foods that in a Western world, we fucking screwed our nose up at for many years. It's still used all the way through Africa and Asia. Like, it's a normalcy to get that type of food, to eat organs and stuff. Whereas in the Western world, we're like, no, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
and
that's for the poor.
Yeah.
Like
dogs.
Yeah,
Like,
dogs. Yeah, that's dog food.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like, actually, no, like, there's some good shit there. And granted, if you like it, if you've got the palate for it, if you can't have fucking vegetables for whatever reason, then there's an option for you. Like, you can actually get it from food. You don't even have to take a supplement to get that all the time. And it's like, but people didn't really have that option because they were already closed off to it before it was ever an option in the first place.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's more normalized.
Yeah.
So I mean, at the core, the message is good.
Mate, there's just too much deception there, though. Like,
100%. There's so much bullshit.
And you can probably even, like you're saying, like, there is evidence there, like, for those things, and you probably could have done it, but it didn't have that ick factor. It didn't have that, like, that huge, well, with him, like you can look like me. I remember seeing this first video, and I was showing Jeff, like, look at this fucking joker.
Yep.
Who the hell is this dude, like, saying, it's like, I'm all natural, I've been eating liver, and I was just like, bro, you're bald, and like,
I don't know if I'm like sensitized to it because of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Like, just like that was literally bodybuilding back in the day. And it was so normal because every bodybuilder would be like, oh yeah, it's that they're Celtic bros, just on the creatine.
Well, what do we used to always say? Steroid, the most deniable drug in the world. Like, it's like, no, fucking all nitty, bro, all nitty. And then like, it was someone like getting like roid rage normal, and it obvious as hell.
Obvious. And like every pro would do it. So I'm just like, I'm so used to people just being like, nah, because of their own public image. And a lot of it had sponsors attached to it. So then back in the day, that was the only way that they were actually making money as athletes, because you're a pro, but you don't win anything from those shows.
You'd be old classic Ronnie Coleman, right? Like how he's like, oh yeah, this is my supplement. Yeah, I take booking.
And now they're financially secure. They don't rely on the supplement companies, or they own their own supplement companies, and they can just come out with it and say it as it is. And it's less stigmatized. And so people just obviously say it. And so they're just like, okay, well, now it's normal to say that you are on it. But for a long period of time, like, it was normal to say that you weren't on it.
Yeah.
And I remember that. And so as soon as I saw Liver King, I was like, just another body bro from the other day. Like, he's still caught up in 2000s.
Eat, train,
clean up.
clean hard. Yeah.
Oh, I know the dudes, that's what he's doing. Like, what? But yeah, I mean, you have people that probably weren't involved in the bodybuilding or the fitness side of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And they would have never seen that before. And so, I don't know. Does anyone actually think he was natty? Like,
Or like, well, like it's hard too because like there's it's the media nowadays. They all go, oh, I'll do this test, rah, rah, and then like no one's like holding them accountable. Like, but so they just keep going and like they're defending themselves. I think there's like a guy I follow, Matt Does Fitness.
Yep.
He's really good. He went through the full test with more plates, more dates.
Yep.
And then so that they made the guys that do natty or knots online. So the Greg D sets and more plates, more days. They actually okay. I'm changing my opinion.
Yeah.
Pretty much because they always do say he could be the one in a million freak athlete. And there are absolutely insane
100%.
the Francis Ngannou's of the world, just like how the hell did you go through the desert and come out with more muscle like this? But like there are just genuinely are just free outliers. Yeah, the freaks. You know, and
Definitely. And I think you can look at like, I think like time often plays an important factor in it. Like if you look at Matt Does Fitness, like the physique now looks awesome,
yeah.
but that's taken a long period of time. Like the dude's what, mid-30s, early 40s?
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe around
Could be. I would say he'll be close. Either he's getting to 40 or just over 40.
Yeah.
He's around there, which he looks amazing.
Yeah. But and
He's
he's
consistent as well.
consistent.
Yeah.
And he's been in the game. He's been in the game for a long time.
Mm.
And like I can see that. And it's like I would have no problem giving him fucking natty status. Like I wouldn't even second guess it really. But then like
I had a bit of hate for that. I was like, it's full of shit, bro. Like I think because him and Mike Thurston, I definitely think Mike Thurston is. But he was one that was trying to jump on that train of doing the test, but his tests didn't come out. So that's normally the stay quiet, killing. So yeah.
but it's more the 21-year-olds, the 22-year-olds that look like Matt Does Fitness. That's where you're like, okay, no.
Yeah.
Like I remember back when I was 22, like I still look pre-pube.
Mm.
I didn't have that muscle and I didn't really start gaining it until around there. Like I was training from around 16, 17. And up until probably about 2021, like you still wouldn't think that I trained. You'd be like, you wouldn't know if you just looked. And it wasn't until probably around
With a top on.
Yeah, with the top on.
You
Yeah.
could tell, like, like you built your muscle out, but it's
Not like
it's
that.
hard to it's hard to be showing through.
Yes.
Like that's when those like you're talking about these 20, 21-year-olds,
Correct.
if I can pop in for,
They're looking like Matt in 21, 22. And I'm like, I started training almost as early as I could. Granted, not genetically gifted, but neither was probably anyone who started in bodybuilding, because the reason you get into bodybuilding is because you're not genetically gifted and can try to come up with those insecurities.
Yeah.
But you go and it's just like, well, I don't really start seeing that until 23 to 25. And it was like, that's when it started to really manifest.
Yeah, and what's that 6-7 years of
Right.
hard,
Graft.
Yeah.
The whole fucking time. And it's like, okay, that's where it starts. And I'm like, I look at Matt and he's, let's say anywhere from around early 30s through to mid to late 30s. Like, yeah, the bro's probably done 20 years of work. And I'm like, that's what 20 years of work looks like.
Yeah.
But that's not what 5 years of work looks like.
Yeah.
Nor 3 years of work looks like.
Yeah, and he's good too, because like I think the way he always explained it is, I remember like he went to get surgery and came back from an Achilles tour and then showed improvements in strength while doing the drug test. And then they were like, oh well, that's just impossible. Came back like way earlier as well. Like I think that more plays, more dates, he sort of made this decision. He's like, oh, this guy, he just is super committed as well. Like he did all of the physio, like probably he just, everything he does is, he seems like a bit of a jokester on the camera and whatnot, but realistically, he's able to eat shit food for that probably one day, and then he does a food video every 2 weeks, maybe.
It's almost the opposite of what you'd normally see on the healthy eating. This is my full day of eating.
Yeah.
It's like all this fucking healthy food on the plate, and like, yeah, that's one day.
Yeah.
The rest of it's fucking shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably got
He's
the opposite. He eats a whole lot of crack, but his base is probably fucking on point.
Yeah. Well, his missus is quite healthy as well. I should think
The
that
whole whole family.
they're quite healthy, but she, I think, would plate up
Yeah.
healthier food more often, and I don't think he's too fussy, so he's just like, oh, sweet,
Take it.
just working hard.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, that could be a podcast on its own. So,
Definitely.
thanks for listening to this podcast, guys, and maybe I'll do an intro for it. I don't know, but yeah, thanks for listening to that, and